I've got another workout for you today. We're going to work your total body. We're going to do 3 different ascending and descending ladders, and each ladder only has 2 moves. You're going to need your timer for this because you do want to time yourself and just make sure you're going as fast as you can as long as you're maintaining perfect form. And you're also going to need a pair of dumbbells. I'd like you to go pretty heavy if you can, but obviously not so heavy that your form starts to suffer, okay? So you can choose your weight based on that. Our first ladder is going to be burpees with a push-up and an upright row. So I'll show you the burpee first. You're just going to let the dumbbells hang at your sides. Okay, you're going to drop down, set the dumbbells on the ground, jump back to plank, do your push-up, and jump back in. And now before you stand up, keep your back nice and flat and stand up. You don't need to jump at the top. Okay, I'll show you a little quicker. Flat back and up, okay? Make sure from here you're not just rushing and going up with a rounded back because you're going to strain your lower back if you do that, okay? I'll show you a beginner modification. Obviously you can lighten the weights, but also you can drop down. Feel free to step back instead of jump. Drop the knees for your push-up. Okay, step in. And again, make sure you've got a flat back and stand up. Okay, a little quicker. Okay, now you're going to pair the burpee with an upright row. So you want your feet right under your hips. Keep the knees soft. You want to tuck your pelvis forward, tummy nice and tight. Roll those shoulders back and down so your back is nice and flat. The weights are in front of you. You're just going to lift them up and your elbows go higher than the weight. Okay, just like that. So how this is going to go, you're going to do 1 burpee, and then 1 upright row, and then 2 burpees, 2 upright rows, 3 burpees, 3 upright rows. You go all the way up to 10, and then back down. So go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 9, 8, 7. You don't have to repeat 10. Okay? So I'll show you just a beginning of the ladder to see what it looks like. So you're going to do it pretty smooth. So 1 burpee. 1. That's 1. 2. 1, 2. And then you go into your 3 burpees, 3 high pulls, and so on. So that's your first ladder. Try to go through the entire ladder if you can without dropping the weights. Obviously, if you need to, if your form is starting to suffer, drop the weights, take a break. Go back in when you're ready. Once you're done your first ladder, go all the way up, all the way down. Then you can take a little break, grab some water. I'm going to do, I have a bit of a sore throat. And their second ladder, which is the same thing, 1 to 10, back down to 1. We're going to do hang clean and squat. So you can use the same weights. So your hang clean. Okay, again, your feet are pretty much under your hips. Okay, and you're going to dip. So the weight, all the force is coming from your hips. And then you catch your body under the weights when they come up by your shoulders. Catch. So you do a little dip, dip. Okay, so you're sitting your butt back and all the power is coming from here. If you can just stand and do a hammer curl, then your weight's not heavy enough, because what's the point in using your hips if you can just lift with your arms? So if your weight is heavy enough, you're pretty much using the power of your hips to land under your weights. Okay, so that's your dumbbell clean. Okay, your hang clean. And then your other move is a squat. So feet a little wider than the hips, push into the heels, and you want to go nice and low. Okay. Keep the knees out, exhale up. Okay, so keep your back nice and flat. Okay, so I'll show you what the beginning of your ladder will look like. You're going to do 1 hang clean, 1 squat, 2 hang clean, 2 squat, all the way up, all the way down. So 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, and so on, okay? All the way up the ladder. For beginners, again, lighten your weight, and if the squat, if you can't go all the way down, then just go 90 degrees. Okay, make sure your back is staying nice and flat. Now onto our last ladder, we're gonna do a row up for your back and a deadlift. So let's get those weights again. This one you really want to focus on form again. We're going to start with the row. So you want feet right under your hips. Keep your knees nice and soft. And before you go down into the bent over position, I want you to stick your bum out and stick your chest out, so that by the time it looks really arched when I'm up here, but by the time I bend over, my back is just flat. Okay, so you're going to do a row. You squeeze your shoulder blades together and down. That's a row, okay? Deadlift, you want the same position with your back. Knees are soft again. You come down and up. You're going to drive through the heels. You want to really feel this in your hamstrings when you come up, okay? So to show you what it looks like, you're going to do one row, one deadlift, all the way up, all the way down. Okay, so 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and so on. All right, so there you go. There's your 3 ladders. Take breaks as you need, you know, in between each ladder. Try and keep your breaks short if you can. Time yourself. Write your time in the comments below. I want to know how long it took everyone to do this. And I will see you next week. Have fun with it. Bye-bye.